All right. I wanted to, hi, Christian Drama Queen here coming at you with some information about lap booking. So, the title of this video is Why? Why do we want to lap book? Well, let me tell you why I decided to lap book. First of all, I felt like my kids needed more than just textbooky, workbooky schoolwork. They were bored to tears. And so when we began to use 5 in a row, and I will leave that link in the description on this video so you can find it. I better not forget that. Let me write that down. I need to share that with you guys. So it's especially good for children before the age of 10. Okay? 5 in a row. Which can be found at 5inaro.com. Okay? I highly, highly recommend it. All right? So before we found 5 in a row, we were doing workbooks and textbooks, and I already had a first grader and a preschooler, and they hated school. They hated it. They hated school. And so, and believe me, I was bored too. so, so we found 5 in a row and decided to do unit study approach to education. And I'm so grateful to Jane Lambert for writing 5 in a row. We have since become good friends with them, with Steve and Jane and their daughters, and I just fell in love with what 5 in a row did for my kids and for their education. It was simple, it was fun, it was thorough, and I will probably be sharing some 5 in a row lessons as I go through these lap booking workshops and post them here on the YouTube channel. Okay, so here's what I want you to know about why I started homeschooling. I felt like the kids needed a creative way to express what they were learning. I felt like they needed to own their education at a very young age. They needed to look at what they were learning and go, this is mine, and be proud of it. So they needed a creative outlet. They needed to own their education. And here was a biggie. They needed to be able to show people in the family, some of our antisocial critics, that they were actually doing something, that they were learning from home. And you can say, well, I don't have to prove that to anybody, all you want. But the truth of the matter is, I'm a homeschool mom, and I remember the pressure to prove to other people that I was actually educating my kids from home. And lap books showed that, showed family and friends and loved ones what we were doing and what they were learning, and they were so proud of their work. The kids were so proud of their work. So those are my main reasons. Okay, the two books that the main book that I use, there is a book called The Ultimate Lap Booking Guide, which is good. It's okay. Excuse me. But it came after this book. Now, this book is the big book of books and activities that that was written by Dinah Zyke, who is an educator. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's kind of blurry. That's not good. That's not good. Is the whole thing blurry? Yeah, some of it. Oh, well. Anyway, I have used this book so often. It was a bound book. I zipped the binder off, put it in a 3-ring binder because I used it all the time, and I had the book open all the time. And then I started workshopping with other families, with other moms, and it just became necessary for me to have it in a 3-ring binder. What is going on with all the blur? Let's see if that helped. Oh, that helped. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, so if you can find this big book of books and activities, it's out of print. But it was my favorite. It's my favorite usable lap booking book. And it's called Big Book of Books by Dinah Zyke. There are other products of hers out there. Big Book of Projects. This is called the Big Book of Projects. Again, I zipped the binder off and used it to teach other people how to lap book. Okay, so they just need to be spiral bound or in a 3-ring binder. It's just easier, right? So that's what I use to teach the Lapbooking course that I do, the work stuff that I do. I am available to come and do Lapbooking workshops with educators and homeschoolers. It's kind of a laborious process. It takes a few hours to do it. So, but it's fun. So if you want to get a bunch of homeschool moms together and give me an email, shoot me an email, and we can plan that, and I can tell you what, what it takes to get me there to do that. Especially if I'm going to provide supplies and stuff, we just need to talk about that. So there's a reason why I encourage Lapbooking. Well, how much time? 5.5 minutes. I'm using Dinah Zyk's books. I do have the Ultimate Lapbooking Guide. I've got that book. But I was already using the Dinah Zyk books when that came along. And then the other thing I want to encourage you to do is to look at the other videos on my channel, on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so that you and click on the little bell so you can get notifications. Just go to the Christian Drama Queen on YouTube. You'll see me. You see my beautiful face there on my profile, and there are several topics that are going to be there. I'm going to do some budgeting stuff. I'm going to do some. I'm also starting a Bible study utilizing the book that I wrote called Discarded, which is a daughter's journey to reclaim freedom and to forgive the father that left her behind. This is an excellent resource. Yes, I'm bragging about it. God put it together. It wasn't me. I just happened to be sitting in front of the keyboard. This will be a 12-week series that I will start very soon, and so that's going to be available. Those videos will be available too. If you want to do the live with me, a live study with me, then you'll have to email me or let me know or post a comment here, so I'll find you. And that's it. So I just want to let you guys know why we chose to Lapbook. It's a creative outlet. It allows our children to share what they're learning with other people. It teaches them about how to present. All right. So what's part of the creative skills is a presentation skills. And also, it allows them to own what they're learning. And I think the sooner that they can do that, the better. Don't you? All right. You know I love you. Talk to you soon.